Alright, I guess we can start. So this is the game review of our match against Finland A. That was played yesterday. It is played in the 2v2 World Cup, hosted by T90 and Microsoft. And we had to face Finland A, who consists of Villes and the Max. And I was playing with Rubenstock. And we were forced to fight in the round of 16 in the first round of the playoffs, and I will be going through the games and the draft and also explaining a little bit about our mindset both during the game, before the game, and also after the games. So let's jump into that. So Finland A, they picked Team Islands and Coast Lake, and they banned Arena, and we picked Chaos Pit and Golden Pit. So the two pits, and we banned Team Acropolis. And here we have the draft. We can go through this really fast. So they banned Incas. That was already a big blow for us, because we wanted to do Inca, Tower Rush, and Will Rush in Team Islands. So they already were able to take one strat away from us. Anyway, this is pretty standard stuff. We took the persons pretty fast, because it is a good civ. They took the Italians and Vikings. We took the Japanese for the Team Islands. And pretty standard stuff. We were thinking about using humans and Saracens in Coast Lake, but it never got to Coast Lake. At this point, they took gods. So then they took away another strat of us. We wanted to take gods for the Chaos Pit and go for the god douche, which means going for the man at arms and then dropping the town center. So that was something that me and Rubenstock planned. We met Saturday. I went to Rubenstock's home and we had a sauna night. We had a few beers and tried to devise some evil plans against our fellow countrymen in the sauna, and that was a nice evening for sure. Anyway, then we picked Aztecs. We wanted to do Aztec douche and Spanish, because why not? It was funny because we were thinking about the civ after the Aztecs, what to pick, and then at the same time we both said Spanish. And I was about to say, we take Spanish for the castle drop. And he was saying this exact same thing as well. And then we took Spanish, and we will find how it worked out. Hans, Teuton is pretty standard. And Portuguese, and then they sniped Japanese and Mayans. We wanted to take away from archer civ from them, because they don't have really good archer civs, do they? They have Chinese, which is good. Vikings is decent, but not the best. And then they have Malay, which can be okay, but it's not one of the best, definitely. So we target the Mayans. They decided to ban the Japanese, and they targeted our Team Islands lineup. Because let's be real, now after this ban, our Team Islands lineup is pretty weak. We had Portuguese and Spanish, which is not the best. Right, so here we have the draft, and we can start to jump to the first game, which was Arabia. So let's get into that. So here we go. So for Arabia, they took Slavs and Chinese, and we took Franks and Ethiopians. So in the past games in the tournament, we would be doing this kind of Milutus strat, where we go with Rubenstock, Ethiopian archers, and really fast uptime to feudal, and also spearmen and fast fletching, and then with my scouts we would attack the guy of Rubenstock But for this tournament or this match, we decided to switch it up a little bit because that would be so predictable. So we were really planning about going for the Truss FC crossbows from the beginning. And Rubenstock said that he has an amazing map, so that was good for us. And also I have a very good map as well. So I was also thinking if I should go for the Truss FC Knights, but then in the end we decided to go for the Scouts. Max as the Slavs has pretty nice map as well, not hard to wall. Good wood lines, very close, the code. Villas, decent as well. This is kinda open, but you can still wall it. Front can be easily walled and the back of the base. And pretty standard Dark Age stuff. Rubenstock starting to make the barrack already, walling up, so he's abusing the good map. And Villas playing standard, Max playing standard, and me also taking the deer, and so is Max. And Max is already starting to wall up. It's not a bad idea to wall everything so early, so props to him. Now we have a target here, we know that we want to attack here, so here comes the first militia and the scout. And Villas is actually making a reactor militia. He didn't think about going rushing with China, but since he saw that the militia from Rubenstock is coming, he made the barrack to defend. And here comes the scout from Max and also from me. Me and Max are pretty fast up. I'm a bit faster since with Franks you can go 20 pop a bit easier than with Slavs, because Slavs don't have the echo bonus so fast. Anyway, here we go. Scouts, wills. They have two scouts, one will. We're fighting here. This will escape. I kinda made the call that we want to fight against the army. But we got good hits. We have 3 militia, 2 militia, 2 scouts. And maybe when the fight villagers came, we should maybe fall back. Because the villagers they tank so much damage. My scout was a bit idle here, so that was bad. It's not the best fight for us, but not also the worst. But Villas was able to nullify the damage. Max able to pick off my scout. I should have went for the uphill, but I didn't think that would be necessary to win the fight, but that's a small mistake for sure. So, let's see what Max is. What is this? Oh, this is Gaia. This was Gaia. So, what does Max see? He doesn't see anything, but he has completely skipped the stable. So he went fast feudal, walls up, goes for the farming. And this is such a smart play. And I'm camping my walls. So this is such a smart play not to go any scouts, because we were talking after the games and he was saying that at this point, because Villes made the reactor rush, he won't be going for archers, so the scouts won't have any potential at all for damage. So he skipped the scouts completely, which is so smart. Like, who does that? I think Max is the only one who would do it. And really think about that. Anyway, I haven't scouted Max because I completely neglected scouting him because I wanted to get my scouts here for the fighting as soon as possible. So I don't know what's going on, so I'm camping with the scouts. I have made 3 scouts. I think I will make 1 more as well. So 4 scouts against nothing, and that is gonna be the difference in the Castle Age timing. Max is already 500 food and is not far away from clicking up. So this is really nice call for both of them to go fast castle after the fact that we will be ward, and also they are ward, so my scouts have no potential for damage at all. I mean, my uptime is not bad in the end, but it is a definite advantage for them. And with my scouts, I can't do anything. Yeah, here's the fourth scout, so kind of wasted food. Kind of wasted food, all of this. So we can skip this. Max has clicked up, pretty fast up. And now that I see that they are too stable, we kinda know that we screwed up, or I screwed up, by making scouts. And with the lack of scouting. So now we know that they will be fast, super up, and right, I am only clicking up right now. So it's not a bad timing. Let's take the clock here. But still kinda slow. And they recognize that I'm weak. I am weak now for the damage. The archers come here and the knights will start coming right away. I have decent walls. Some weak points here, but maybe they don't want to get here because they could get trapped. But I prepare some walls here anyway. I saw the crossbows. I am one behind. This is a weak point. Maybe I should fortify this. Make a stone wall even here. But I thought that I have enough time to make some knights and defend against the raiding. I mean, the crossbows, they are not comfortable going in. But now the panic is real. The knights get to my voodoo line. I lose one wheel at least. Maybe a few at the front. But now I'm under so much pressure. My whole ego is idling, running away. I have lost one win only. I don't lose a second one. But still, this idle time is devastating. Rubenstock is coming to help. So right now we have to play firemen right away. We have to react. Villager numbers, I am already 4 behind. Max has added 1 TC, so he is happy. Ruben has better archer numbers than Villes in our base, but this is such a nasty hill as well, so they can always poke and go back for the hill. So even though Ruben has better crossbows and more crossbows, he can't take the fight thanks to the hill, so they can always use that to their advantage. So now we somehow have stabilized a little bit, but my ego is a mess. And basically this game is over now. Akachak, yes, I will be uploading this to YouTube later as well. And George Harrison, good afternoon. So let's continue. Villes has met the university, so has Rubenstock, I think. Or maybe not yet. Oh, he has it. So they have ballistics, but the difference is the knight numbers from me and Max. I am still able to get some knights, but it's not enough to take a fight here. Rubenstock is trying to reduce the numbers a little bit, but not to great effect. Max adding a 30C. So really they are on the driver's seat. Gonna take the stable. And I finally get the TC, but it's too little too late. Already 15 wheels behind. And also behind in the army numbers by quite a lot. Nothing much happening here apart from this. I try to go for the counter attack. I almost catch this. Was able to kill a few, but in the process my pathing is kind of bad, so I still lost a few knights in the process. So no jackpot here for me. At this point we are really desperate. Rubenstock is... Okay, so he hasn't clicked up yet, but he will be clicking up in a while. I'm trying to do some counter attack with my knights. But immediately when they get +2 armor, they know they can jump under the TC. Maybe with my knights on the position, they can't come like this, and maybe we can even kill this army under my TC. But they had the great game sense to jump and kill the crossbows. Rubenstock lied to me. He told me that he has clicked imp. Or maybe he said that he's close to clicking imp. He used the market a lot and he has the resources to click, but we lost everything and it's game over. So pretty disappointing early game for sure. Total domination by them. But it really came down to the fact that Max skipped the feudal age. Instead went for the full farm boom with Slavs. And beat me to castle by 2 minutes. That 4 scouts meant 2 minutes difference in the castle time. And the 2 knights, they really put a mess on my eco. Maybe I could have made better quick walls on the stone and on the code, and it would not have been so bad. But still, they just got such a nice horde from front of my base, and they can keep adding the knights, keeping the hill, and killing my stables, and poking also my farms. So when you get such a good position against a knight player, it's kind of painful to take it back. They would really have to neglect on the knight numbers and me to make really a massive amount of knights for us to ever take the fight here. What to do if enemies fully ward in games like this? Make towers like in 1v1. No, you don't really want to make towers here. Do you mean if I should have made towers against Slavs, Max? I'm thinking about Slam. In 1v1 you really want to get to castle age as soon as possible. So unless you go for the all-in feudal forward, and then you go for the towers and man-at-arms and whatever, in the late feudal age you just want to concentrate on going to castle age as soon as possible. So no towers would not do anything here really, because that would even delay my castle age even further, and then with the knights he can clean my forward. And then there would be the crossbows as well, so at home I would be really weak against those crossbows as well, if I can't get to castle age in time. Okay, so Rubenstock is going to the imp, but it's not gonna change anything. We lost everything, and with that we got destroyed in the first game. Such a brutal game. Such a brutal game, but good thinking by Max, and that pretty much won them the game. So then we go Chaos Pit. We have Persians and Aztecs, and they have Goths and Magyars. We did a restart on this game because in the first game Max was able to lame my deer and also wall my berries in, so I called for the restart and that I will be better prepared for the next one. So this is the proper game. This doesn't have the restart. And so here we have Villes as blue, Magyar, and Rubenstock Aztecs, me playing Persians, and Max playing Goths. Our plan was to go man-at-arm duos with the Aztecs. And then let's see what happens. Max is already sending the wheel, probably trying to hide it a little bit. Let's see what he sees. So here he comes with the wheel. He finds the second berries, he's gonna wall it. And he's also gonna try to do something else. He's gonna steal one buffalo from me. I thought I had them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 6. Oh, he didn't see it. Okay. So I'm waiting to have 3 wheels here, and then I send them to the wood, and I will maybe find it. Ruben taking all the deer, nothing much going on. He didn't go for the lame at this stage with the wheel. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't go for it. Max is taking away the deer from me, and he's gonna kill it probably with the wheel. Max was not kidding around in this game. And definitely not. Anyway, everything is happening at my base. The wheel is still here. It's kinda late to find my berries, so I got away with that. But this next move is devastating. So he has the... He makes the walls here. And I didn't notice this at all. I had my villager going for this berry, and then it got blocked, and he walled it in and started to kill it. I made a bad reaction, now that I think about it. This reaction was bad. I walled it in, but it takes so much idle time from me and some resources. So since he had only the foundations of the palisade, I should have fight one palisade with my 2 wheels and threaten to break the palisade, and then he would have to repair it a little bit, and then I would get advantage in the wheel fight inside. So when he repairs, he's not hitting my wheel, and I will win the fight. Or if he keeps hitting the wheel, I will break in and kill the wheel faster with 3 wheels. So I didn't know what to do. Now, next time I will react a bit better, but I could have killed the wheel and saved my own wheel. So what's going on here next? Ruben's stock is coming with the wheels to the wall, and Mr. Villas, thank you for the rating. I am going over the games from yesterday, so well played, definitely. And we are done with the Arabia game, and we are at the chaos pit right now. So what's going on? Ruben's stock is coming with the wheels. Walls the wood line in. Was the berries in. And Villas is the first one to up. I am a bit late myself, I lost the wheel and had some idle in the berries as well. So that is a problem. Right now we can focus on this spot. So although Ruben got the walls here, he's not able to kill any wheels. And this is not foolproof walls, so Villas is pretty happy to be picking the berries here. We decide to go to the max. We come with scout and then militia. And we find the berries. And I think we get the 1 will pick here. So nice blocking by Ruben. We got the will. He got the walls here. And this will delay Max's feudal age timing by a lot. Like, he's out of the both berries, he's reliant on the farming eco, and he's gonna be in Dark Age for forever. He also made 5 man at arms himself to keep pulling me, but I have my walls up, so they are not doing much. He's coming to defend, and Villas is also coming with the scouts, and we fight. We fight here with the scouts, but we will lose this fight. They have 5 man at arms and more scouts, so this is just buying some time. Ruben's stock is going now to feudal age. He's gonna get a good fight. This scout bugs out, so Ruben is actually able to kill 2 scouts, I think. Which should not be possible, so that was a good result for us. So, because the militia went to max, the pressure is off from Villes, and he's able to make nice walls. And he should be pretty happy about the situation. Loses one scout here, but should be fine. Oops. I get the walls up. Max is finally going to feudal age, super late. Thanks to all the militia. I think here, because Rubenstock was calling for my scouts here, I think the mistake was going to attack Villes, because he can defend with scouts somewhat okay, so he's fine. I should have been raiding Max berries here, so this is kind of wasted movement by my scouts. Villes is fine with this, and now comes the Rubenstock tower rush, I think. 5 wheels here, making his own spearmen, and I'm also losing some HP against the scouts. I'm out from here. I sent 2 wheels forward. I wanted to send it here. Like, I clicked here and then the wheels started to go back, so I assumed that he would be ward here, and that's why I can't enter. So I don't really know why the wheels went back, because I was here, I clicked here, and I thought there would be wars, but Max is not even out yet, is he? Almost. So if the wheels would walk here like they should be able to ward this up. So that was kinda unlucky for me. And now the militia are patrolling this area. I can't send more wheels to the wood so easily. I decide to ward here instead. Anyway, here we go. This is gonna be deciding moment. So here we have the scouts here. I have 2 low HP scout. Villes has 5, 6 with +1. And I think this should be a good fight. We have 3 spearmen, and then we go for the fight with the wheels and the spearmen. And let's see. How is Rubenstock resources? Does he have stone? And then we just completely lost this fight against only scouts and wheels. So this was a pretty critical cleanup. Now come the spearmen, but it's too late. We didn't have enough spearmen here against the +3 scouts and the wheels, so they were able to kill the spears really fast. And now the pressure is off from Villes as well. So Ruben has few wheels here apparently. And he's gonna tower some more wood, but he is completely fine here. And Max, since he did not get pressured at all, with that super late feudal age, he is able to go to castle age first. And still being annoying here with the men-at-arms or the militia. And now it's kind of... now it's so hard for us. Max is sending 1 wheel forward. Ruben is trying to go for a second rush here. I believe Villes wants to send these wheels outside from Max's base, and Rubenstock is gonna follow that with the spearmen. At this point it would be great to have my scouts here to kill these wheels, but I wanted to go to clean this militia here because it was so annoying. I can't take my wood properly. Anyway, I didn't have the time to wall this, or I didn't pay enough attention to walling this, so Max is actually sending a villager. A villager here. I'm gonna make a stable. What do I think about the goat picks? We wanted to pick goats, but they stole the goats. We wanted to go man-at-arm douche with goats. Or militia douche. So they stole our civ. Kind of a mud fight here. A lot of spearmen and the wheels and the knight. But Max has this stable here. I'm busy dealing with this, and I will lose another wheel to the scouts, so he's really picking me apart. Will I lose another? I think I will lose another as well. And let's check the scouting here. Walling towards these mountains is so annoying because you don't know where the gap is gonna be. I think there's gonna be a gap here. It's possible. But now, I think, now I see the palisade here on, and I know that I am in trouble now. There is a sneak by Max. I try to wall it in, but the knight is out. I have only one spearman. It's not enough. At the same time, Villes made it here with the wheels. Ruben's stock pressure is done as well. Both me and Villes were getting to castle edge. Ruben is far away. The scouts are out of my base. I try to defend, but it's too much going on for me. The knights come from here. I'm able to wall it up, but he's gonna make monks. And my ego is also... Like, I should be the one to be carrying this game with the scouts. Play with the knights, but I'm under so much pressure here right now. Losing wheels left to right. And I don't have the ego to do really anything. So at this point, it's starting to be really over, especially since Ruben's stock pressure is also finished. And now with the knights and monks, I am able to keep him outside for quite a while, but this is also good damage to my ego, forcing me to have a lot of idle wheels. And Max should be pretty happy about his position. Villes is kinda in a difficult spot. He's not on the code, is he? But I think he's focusing on getting his boom going and training me with the scouts. Like, he has light caps, so he doesn't have to do anything special here. They are in commanding position, and this is just brutal to watch. I can't get enough knights, no way. And here's the monks. All my wood is going to repair in the house, and well, the game is over. Rubenstock wants to go for the last douche. Unless destroying the spearman even with the light caps, and the game is completely over. I got some knights, I'll try to go for the raiding, but Max is gonna break through here. Ruben go for the douche. For the lulz. For the pleasing of the crowd, but it's not gonna do anything in this game, so it's completely over. Max broke in, and it is the end for us. What else there is to say? I think Max was able to do me more damage than both me and Ruben when we tried to double Villes. So we tried to double Villes really hard with the scout and the spearman, but we ended up getting cleaned by the scouts. So that is really a game-changing moment. And then Max is completely off the pressure. Villes is completely off the pressure. Max can go to castle age, even though he was super late to feudal. We were not able to punish that. So that was the problem. And then this sneak did way more than it should have. I think I also saw the wheel with the spearman, but I was busy somewhere else and I did not react to that. Why did he pick Aztec to douche, and was it mind gaming strat to pick persons and not to douche? Well, persons is good sieve in this. In hindsight, maybe we should have took Franks, but we didn't really think about Franks. But Franks is really good because of the farming bonus and also the berry picking bonus. So there are 2 batches of berries here, so Franks would have been good as well. We wanted to do Aztec douche, so the plan was, or the original plan was to use Goths or Aztecs for man-at-arm douche. So man-at-arms go to the wood line, the douche comes to the TC. The douched player will run out of the wood and he will lose the TC, and then the scouts arrive. So we wanted to use goats for that, but since they took it, we took Aztec instead. But Rubenstock made the call not to go for the douche during the game. And yeah, that's how the game played out. I think we also picked persons kinda because it is strong, and also as an anti-douche sieve, because they had Teutons, so maybe if they would want to douche me with the Teutons, I would be able to defend against that with persons. So there is that as well. But yeah, they kinda outplayed us, and the fight in Yle's base was really the turning point of this game. Pretty bad kill the treasures. Yle's had a lot of value for the scouts. And they are also outbooming us by big margin as well. So they got the upper hand and they destroyed us. Anyway, now it's 2-0. And we go for the third game. Our second home map, Corden Pit. Or Corden Pit, and we pick Berbers and Vietnamese. And they have Vikings and Lithuanians. I wanted this combo in this map because of what Turkey did to us in the last set in the group stage. So they sent the wheel forward to lane the boars. And I thought that it is a really good play on this map, and you can do all kind of crap with the wheel. It's so open, so it's hard to wall. So I was kind of considering if I want to make the forward barrack as well and start making this. The Max is just so good at putting pressure and adding eco at the same time. Well, exactly. And also playing at many different fronts, and also really disturbing the opponent. He is one of the best at that. Anyway, we pick Vietnamese and Berbers. And here comes the wheel, pretty fast. I wanted to give them payback from the last game, so I went for the lane with the wheel right away. I steal a sheep, that is a nice result. And with the Vietnamese, Ruben can see the town centers of the enemies and will tell me where the town center is, that I don't run to that town center. The boar is one tile away from the line of sight. It took a long time until I found anything. So I come here, I see that he doesn't have loom. I try to ward him in. And then I try to kill the wheel, but I should have kept this wall closed. I did not prepare that in time, so he's able to break out. So that's already a small misplay by me. Anyway, I had a fast wheel. And I'm gonna go. My goal here is to find the boar and kill it. With pepper wheels, you could easily also steer them to. Yeah, maybe, but I just wanted to kill those. And I wanted to keep the wheel here to do damage. And I can't steer from this position. Maybe if I saw this right away, I could steal it. And that would have been fine, but I missed the boar by just one tile. So that was not an option. Anyway, he tries to wall my villager in. The scout is here. I disturb the walling a little bit. I just want to kill the boar and escape, which I will be able to do. Max is gonna send the scout to help as well, and 2 scouts and Will against 1 scout and a villager. So we're fighting here a little bit, but now the scout comes and I'm gonna lose this. Maybe I could have blocked the scouts with my own scout and then escape with the wheel here to wall it. Make a wall here and then wall here to keep it alive and give them something to think about. But I did not think fast enough on the spot. And I tried some quick walls and they failed. And it seems like Villes is going for the boar. At the same time I start my own walls. Rubenstock on the other hand is making the militia. And it is the pre-mill to rush and starts the big walls. So his plan here is to go fast castle and redden archers. And he sees that Max is already open. Max has loom. And he's gonna finish his walls. Problem was that my wheel followed the scout in the direct line of sight, and then I had a little less explored. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I run past the boar and didn't see it. Anyway, here comes the militia. Max is gonna be fully ward right on time. I also will fully wall. Yeah, these are massive walls, so it's gonna take a pretty big toll on the eco. I feel like if Max would have went for the fast scouts, he really would have been in a position to punish me. Since my walls are so huge. So he gets the full wall, but the militia will, they will straight away go to Villes. Villes is going for the code. So I think their plan was to go feudal scouts and archers. So this is kind of fast uptiming for the fast castle. Max is skipping the barrack instead and is going for the castle. So for the feudal boom. No military at all. Villes is making the range. But this was a really nice catch to get to this code, so it's gonna delay everything Villes is gonna do by a little bit. It's gonna make the archer defend, and with that it will be okay. With these two scouts, but they have no scouting info from us. Okay, they see my walls, but how about Max? Max doesn't see anything, so they don't see what Rubenstock is doing, and they don't really see what I am doing, apart from the walls. Yeah, Max skipping the feudal in the first game restarted in 2 minutes faster castle age than I, and with that time difference they were able to destroy me. So I reach feudal age in decent time. I have 28 wheels, so 29. Without losing the wheel here. And I can click up. I make a market and blacksmith. I kind of forgot to make the barrack here. I forgot to make the barrack. So I have to go up with market and blacksmith. But it is fine. As long as I am safe at home. So Max is gonna be the first one to click up. After the feudal boom, I think he might have used the market as well. And is now in the barrack. So in a sense, it's even spot for both me and Max. We both use the market and blacksmith. And we have equal amount of wood wasted to those buildings. So that was fine. Now I'm able to click up. Rubenstock is able to click up. It's going good, he can go redlands. And Villes is not far away from up. He also hasn't made much army. And he's focusing on the eco instead. But thanks to the early laming and also the militia hitting the code, I think that he is a little bit delayed. So everybody's going to castle here. Is it something that we have talked about in Suomi before? Do you mean that what Max did with skipping feudal when everyone is warred? No, I don't think we have talked about that. It's a decision that he made on the fly in the first game, and that was an amazing decision. Anyway, Max going to stables. I will be making my stables, not much going on just yet, so let's fast forward a little bit. Rubenstock arriving to Castle Edge in good time. Villes also clicked up, and they are trying to put me the pressure on this game as well. But I have good defenses here, they are not able to break away right away. And the Rattan archers, they take a while to get the mass and then to be effective. But with only the archers, they are not so fast in breaking in here, and I can repair. Now Villes is up as well. I tried to catch his reinforcements because I knew that he is gonna send more, but wasn't able to do so in time. I have more knights. I decided to kill a few archers. I don't think I could have won this, but I killed a few and lost only the scout, so it was okay. If I would have found this patch here, then it would have been amazing, and the knights would not have been close enough to save that. Anyway, now we have both a decent amount of time for us. Max has made the second TC. I am concerned only staying alive and making full knights. And then when Ruben is gonna have enough Rattans, we can start doing damage. So the pressure is now away from me. Max is out booming me. But I don't care about that. I just want to put a TC in the middle. Max's Villes is also booming. It is in his own base. And now they are finally out of position, and the crossbows and knights separated, and we get a really nice cleanup here. So from this point on, we feel really confident in this game. Now we have the advantage in the range units, and also in the knights. And when you fall behind in the army numbers, it's so hard to make a comeback. Especially with Rattans, who are faster and better than crossbows. They can run away from a bad position a lot easier than crossbows, as we saw here. They have the score lead because they are out booming us. We are both 1 TC until now. We both go for the middle. And they have TCs at their home. Max is also playing 2 TCs for now. But we now know that we have control of the middle, so we just have to keep them away and they will run out of the gold. So now they are in a super difficult position. Like, what they can do, they can't attack me because we will come to clean up with the Rattans, we will get the crossbows, and they can't attack the middle because we have town centers. And now the first time in the series we are able to put the pressure instead. So we start attacking the stables right away, and they can't contest that. And Max is adding stables right away. I will get the second TC here. No TCs at home. Just taking wood and farming. Right, so they both have 12 values more than we do, but we definitely have the better army. And now with the Rattans, he can go back and forth to big fights, because they don't care about the crossbow bolts. They have the amazing shields, which tank a lot of damage. So they don't care about the crossbow bolts. And now we get to the farming eco. getting to the farming ego of the knight player is so devastating for the unit output, and killing even some knights and crossbows. Like these guys are beasts. Max made it easy here, but we see it right away. And Rubenstock is preparing to put some castles in the middle. Ruben is still 2 TCs. I'm at least 3 TCs. But these are so dominating against the knights and the crossbows. They have also one more attack than the crossbow, so they also kill knights a lot faster. We fall back. I think, yeah, Max has taken many relics. He has 3 relics. So Max knights are gonna be really strong as well. Yeah, running away from here was good idea, because if we would take a fight here, we might lose it thanks to the +4 attack knights. And if we lose the army, we will lose control of the game. So we wanted to just get away and keep control of the middle. We see the town center now and castle is coming up. But Villes has clicked up. So Villes is 2 TCs. He has good eco. A lot of army. Well, 30 army, and with these crossbows they have a shot at taking the middle, so anyway, Max is forced to run away from the middle. He still has the relics and he still has some code here, but the longer the game goes, the better the situation for us. The casters were questioning giving this hill. We don't want to fight. We don't want to lose our army because we have worse eco than they do, so we have harder time remaking that army than they do. They still have some gold left, so they can do it, but they have also better farming eco, and we don't have that good farming eco, at least I don't, so it would be hard to get my numbers up. And then we would also give up the control of the game. Anyway, we try to separate their armies a little bit. There's a small gap here, so he's able to escape under the TC and we can't take the fight. But it's so nice for us to be able to keep them away from the middle and away from our base. I think Max missed an opportunity maybe to try to raid me with few knights and try to break the palisades. He might get in, since if I would be concentrating here. So when you are under this much pressure, you kinda have to try something. Anyway, Villes is up to him. He's able to wall here, but I don't really want to enter his base anyway. Maybe if I would have run here, it would have been amazing, but I kind of felt that going in would be a trap, so I didn't really want to go in here. So the army numbers, villager numbers are kinda even, but Villes is up, has the upgrades, also getting chemistry. Military numbers, I have 50 cavalry, 50 knights, Max has 36. So now the berber bonus is really kicking into the game. I also make a castle here. And now this is the deciding moment of the game. Villes coming with the arbalests has chemistry in just a sec. Trying to make a castle, so making a castle and traps is the winning play here for them. But the Rattans, they are taking the fight even downhill. At the same time, I'm sending the knights to Red Max, so he has to follow. He follows with too many. And then at the same time we use the timing to jump on the arbalests. The arbalests are trapped, the Rattans and knights come for the full surround. Cleaning that army, and right now they don't have any code to remake that army anymore. And even though we are far away from Imp, they can't threaten our position in the middle anymore. And they decide to call GG. So that was our first win in the series, and we felt really good about that. let's check the stats. Both me and Rubenstock, we are really far away from the imp, but we wanted to play all in Castle Age and contest this one army they have and keep control of the middle and the code. Yeah, this was the best game and we were able to fight back in this game and even take the game. I think with the knight support they might have been able to get a castle here. But I still had way more knights than Max did. So it might not have been enough, but the move to go raid Max here made him follow my knights, and then the arbalests were lonely here and they were losing the fight downhill or from the uphill against the downhill Redan archers, and then I had the knights to jump on the crossbows. I think that if they, let's say they would have made a castle here and then come forward with traps from the hill, camp with the arbalests here on the hill, and then use the knights as a bodyguard, and then with the castle here, arbalests here and traps here, killing this castle, I don't want to dive under the castle on this point, so maybe with that kind of play they would have had a chance to take the control of the middle, so they only have to kill these castles and send all the wheels to take the gold here, and then they have a shot at winning the game. But maybe they felt that they need to get the castle as soon as possible to the middle, and while trying to do so they lost all their armies, so that was their only shot. And we managed to counter that. They still have the score lead, thanks to the eco and the imp of Villes, I guess. But Villes still has a little bit of gold, but it's not gonna be enough now that he lost the bulk of the army. You were a bit surprised when they wanted to have the castle in the pits. Yeah, maybe they thought that they can, with the arbalest support, keep away both the knights and the Rettans, but I think he underestimated the power of the Rettans a little bit. So that was good. Let's check the stats. We have bigger armies, 52 knights. Berbers are super strong here. They have better eco since we played on 1 TC for a while, but we were able to control the game with the army numbers. The villager amounts are about the same, but they had more villagers for longer. Anyway, I'll be right back in just a sec, and then we will jump to the next game, Team Alliance. Okay, here we go. So let's get to the fourth game, Team Islands. And while we wait for the replays to load, would it help if I mixed camels along with the knights? I don't think so. You want the knights because there are crossbows on the field, and the camels they die kind of fast to the crossbows. So you want to play full knights when enemy has crossbows. If an enemy doesn't have archers on the field, then you can play full camels. It is exactly as Vasemasti said. Alright, here we go. Fourth game, Team Islands. We have Portuguese. And we have Spanish for islands. I wonder what this guy is thinking. Then Italians and Malians. Yeah, if we would have lost the control of the middle, they would have had the chance to come back. Or even if they would have had one gold bar to mine in the middle, they would have had a chance to come back. So why Spanish? To understand why we took Spanish, we have to go back to the draft. So we had Japanese and we had Portuguese. So that's kinda our Team Island civs. But they targeted our Japanese, they banned the Japanese after the draft. So our civ lineup is super weak for this map. And when we were drafting, we were thinking what civ to pick. And then we both at the same time, we started to say that we need Spanish for the castle drop in Team Islands. Like we both immediately thought about that idea that well, now we need Spanish. So we went for the Spanish. And our mindset going to these games from the start was that we don't want to play meta game. We want to do something different. We want to mix it up. We want to try to surprise them. And we don't want to play meta and die slowly. We want to go for the full try hard like win mode. And even though if it would look foolish if it fails, but if it works we will win. So we don't care if we look foolish, we just wanted to go for the strat that thought that would give us the win. Malians is not a big surprise, they are really good landing civ. But what was surprising in this game was that they went full front dog, both of them. So our plan was for me to go for the... So our mindset going to this game was that we are expecting a land from Malians, from Max. And then I can fight 1v1 with less on the water. I will also start walling, because I am thinking that there might be a land from Max. And also Rubenstock is walling for that reason. So our plan was that Max is gonna land. We will wall against that and stay relatively safe. At the same time, Rubenstock would fast castle, sneak the wheels, put a castle on my guy, so on the water player, and he would start punishing him with conks. That would give me the time window to really win him in the water. And then after I had the water, I had a fish boom, I can fight against the Max landing in our land. So until we would survive at that point, we are pretty weak, but if we can manage to do that, maybe we can win the game. Anyway, so they did not land at all. They went full 2 docks to the front, 3 docks. Both 3 docks, I have 3 docks. And really fast, they really destroyed me underwater. It's impossible to win this 2v1. And I still keep making ships because I thought that okay, they won so fast, maybe they will stop making ships and I can make a surprise comeback to the water, but good job by not underestimating the threat from the docks. And they get good amount of ships here at my docks, so never had the chance to come back. Anyway, Ruben has the scout here. Where are the wheels? The wheels are still here. And I think Ruben is pretty close clicking up. He has 4 wheels here, so that is kind of... That's a really big investment already in villager idle time. So it's kind of tricky to get to castle, but with the market abuse, he is able to do it. And yeah, he made full walls as well because we were expecting the landing so much, but it never came. So they really outplayed us already so early to the game. I'm also walling, but the landing is never happening. I tried to do something like... Yikes. I tried to make some fireships and demos and try to maybe win back the water. What? This one did no damage. But they had, as I said, they had enough navy to destroy me right away. Even the more HP on Portuguese navy didn't help here. So here comes the navy and I'm surrounded again. But we have the sneak here. We have the sneak here by Rubenstock, and he's going to the castle 50% already. And if Max would not go full water here, I think I would be quite even with Villes on this fight here. Even if Max would be landing me and trying to do pressure, I can wall easily and I should be fine, and I should be able to be even with Villes. Even though with small landing pressure. As long as I survive on the water long enough that we get the castle up and start the punishment against Villes from the conks. But yeah, I lost the water really fast, and then my goal is to try to go up and then start booming, but without the fish eco I can't go up that fast, and Portuguese didn't have any proper eco bonus either, so I'm gonna be super slow to castle. Villes and Max instead, they want the water really fast. They added the fish and both of them got super fast castle ages. It was pretty scary at that point, even though I thought to myself that even though if Ruben would get the castle up, then they should be able to defend against that with monks and camels and knights pretty easily. Anyway, Max made a scout right before he was up to scout what's up, because they saw the Ruben scout. Ruben wanted to get a better position for his castle, so he opened the walls and wanted to go to the middle, or maybe here. But Max was there with the scouts, and that was devastating to watch. I also got the carta just before this happened, and I saw that happen live. So our plan is completely failing right now. Now it's so over. They have such a massive fish boom. I'm still in feudal age. Rubenstock makes the castle here. Getting card with Portuguese. Yeah, Villes go away. Getting the castle here. And mega transport and some donkeys just for the meme. But at this point it's completely over. Max arriving here with the knights right away. Just Just so devastating. Right when I opened here with the knights, here comes the transport, gets inside with few kongs. Trying to make something happen, but it's over. Villa's already up to him with massive fishbowl. Like, they know they have the game in the bag. This knight's being annoying. This kongs dying to cannons. I think that even if Ruben would have gotten the castle up and the kongs, they had such a massive advantage in the eco that they should have been able to deal with that quite easily with monks and cannons. And going full docks for both of them, full water gave them such a big advantage. I tried to boom, but we know the game is over. And we can just watch this last attempt from Ruben's dock. Ruben Cruise is coming. The third transport, he really wants to convert the civilization of this unknown island to his own religion. Now he's even sending the missionary to spread the word. And here we go. Here we go in the defensive formation. The great missionary Ruben the First is coming to the Italian lands shared with Malians, but these civilizations, they are really hostile. They see the enemy and it's not even enemy, this is a friendly force coming to convert them to cubism. So here they come with the guns blazing. But this hostile barbarian civilization does not want any of that. They come with the camels and brutally murdered this peaceful party here. And it is time to call the GG. And that was the end of us. Not much more to say about the game. They really got us with the snipe with the Japanese. I think we would have had a really nice plan and sieves for the last game. We would play with humans and Saracens, most likely. In the last one. It's kind of obvious when the enemy has Spanish in Team Islands, like what is gonna come. And they reacted perfectly. Kind of unlucky not to get the castle up, but even with the castle up, I think that they would have been in a good position to defend it. Yeah, Max is already converted. I think Max is the one who converted Ruben to begin with, or I don't know who was first actually. Anyway, this was the game, and it was a little bit disappointing for me that we were not able to play good games, apart from the third one, which we won, but all the three other games, it was kind of one-sided. And it's always painful to go out of the tournament, a little bit disappointing, at least for me. Because we prepare and try to do our best and go as far as possible, always with the attitude to go and win the games. So when you actually lose and the fact hits you, it's a little bit painful here. Anyway, this is the end of our journey in the tournament. Yeah. And I'm really hoping that this team of Viles and Max will go all the way through to the finals and win the tournament. They have a real shot. They are super strong. And I'm looking forward to the next games, and let's see, maybe I will join one of the casters to also cast some of the games, so I have to ask some people if they want to have me for the casting. I think that would be fun. Anyway, 3-1 Finland wins. in the Finnish Independence Day. Linnan juhlat was cancelled, but Tori is not cancelled. But the only question before these games was that we have to book the marketplace, but for who? Anyway, let's check the stats. Massive difference. I am not so far behind from Max, but from Villes, yeah. Yeah, I am behind. We are dead. GG. Anyway, this is the end of the review of our tournament. So thanks a lot for watching, and let me know what you think.